The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, black and white sports reporters. Well, let's talk about this jersey retirement in Colorado for one Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. I believe one will be a top 5 pick in the draft. The other one will not. All right, although there's still an outside chance for Shedeur. But let's get into this because a lot of reaction is happening. Very interesting response now starting to come in from Colorado alumni. In this case, a guy that, a guy that was a really damn good NFL player. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. He was a 2-time All-Pro and had 79 sacks in his NFL career and over 1,000 tackles. And I'm talking about Chad Brown, who was a really good player, a great player with Colorado. One of these Hall of Very Good guys in the NFL, and a guy that gets sort of lost in the shuffle of looking back over NFL history. But he just comes out and says it. A lot of the former players are scratching their heads right now. And so they're trying to figure out why they're having their numbers retired when there's so many good players that it hasn't happened for yet, right? Hagen's one that I think about. Cordell Stewart is not, his number's not retired, folks, at Colorado. I mean, it's shocking. Hagen won a national championship. Chad Brown. I mean, what's going on here exactly? But all of a sudden, you're putting in two at once, and I think that's the thing that's puzzling. And the other thing is, and I'm just going to keep it real, of the two that's deserving, it's Travis Hunter with the Heisman that, in my opinion, is the one that would stand out. And then if you eventually want to put Shedeur in at some point, great. But this feels very driven by the Sanders last name, and not in a good way. Some Colorado football alum are scratching their heads at Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter having their numbers retired. The dynamic duo who put the university back on the map are having their numbers 2 and 12, respectively, retired this weekend. Less than a week before they are taken likely top 5 in the NFL draft. Well, hold on now. Travis Hunter is going in the top 5. Shedeur Sanders may go at 3. He may go at 2. But he may not go either. So we got to figure out what's going on with that. I mean, let's not put Sanders in the top 5 yet. Only one of the two are shoe-ins. The conversation has been polarizing, and former CU star Chad Brown weighed in. Quote, everything's black or white. Either I am jealous or an old hater who needs to cry in my old man tears, or I'm exactly right. In, quote, I can't believe Coach Prime would do this. So he's slamming Deion. But he believes the truth is somewhere in the middle there. Brown made it clear that both athletes should be considered as all-time program greats. While Travis certainly deserves his flowers and deserves to have his number retired, to forget the greatest era in college football at CU, which I was a part of when we won a national championship, also feels like a slight. Absolutely. I mean, you've got to give the guys that were stars on your national championship team, you've got to give them their props before you get around to doing this. It's a bad look. It's a bad look for Deion, I think. So two things can be true at once. These guys deserve their flowers, but guys in the past also deserve theirs. I'm not saying they don't deserve it. I'm just saying there's lots of other deserving players who probably should come first. Absolutely. Brown noted that the bar for Colorado isn't necessarily low. Only 4 numbers have been previously retired. Rashawn Salam's number 19, boy, he was a hell of a player. Before that, Bobby Anderson's number 11 in 1970. If we were a program which handed these things out all the time, I think myself and a lot of other former alumni would look at this through a very, very different lens, Chad Brown said. But considering how incredibly conservative we've been, and now to do it with 2 guys who are both on the campus still, their graduating class isn't even left campus yet. It feels a bit odd and a bit premature. And to not have some kind of waiting period, to not do any type of procedure, establish norms with this, it just strikes a lot of folks as very, very odd. That's code word for it strikes them the wrong way. Brown added he believes that most former Buffaloes feel the same way I do. Sanders and Hunter followed Sanders' father, Deion, from Jackson State, and while their first campaign ended in disappointment, their second season was much better. Late in the season, Buffaloes controlled their own destiny for the college football playoffs, but lost to Kansas, which killed those hopes. Hunter, the two-way star, won the Heisman Trophy, and Hunter and Sanders are in the conversations to be the second and third picks in the draft next week. That's not going to happen. I don't think. I just don't think Deion's going there. Again, man, this is Chad Brown right here. Seahawks, Steelers, and he had some good years here, folks. 8.5 sacks, 13 sacks, 7.5, 8.5 sacks, 7 sacks. And right there, you see over 1,000 tackles in his career, really just under 1,100. And he forced 17 fumbles as well, had 6 interceptions. He was a damn good player. A damn good player. In fact, if you look back, he's one of the best defensive players that the Seahawks have ever had. He won't make the Hall of Fame, but you get my point. Wow. I mean, that's saying a lot, and I think that's what a lot of people have been talking about. You know, I'm surprised guys like Joel Klatt is not more vocal, but he's all in on. He's got Shedeur ranked as his number one overall quarterback in the draft, and I'm like, you got to be kidding me, dude. You're looking at it through your Colorado glasses right now. He's the only pundit I've heard that has Shedeur ranked number one as the quarterback. Still. So I mean, look, it looks a little blatantly biased, right? It's a bad look. Deion's taking some heat for this. He came out the other day with a video, and I almost did a video on it, saying, well, if his name wasn't Sanders, we wouldn't even be talking about this. Yeah, you're right. And not in the way you think. Not in the way you think. Some people believe he's going to get drafted in the first or second round because his last name's Sanders. Quincy Avery the other day came out and said he had a 6th-round grade on Shedeur. Now, Travis Hunter, hell, I think he's going to be all-time good in the NFL. I think at wide receiver, all right? Not that he wouldn't be all-time greatest cornerback, but we know monetarily wide receivers make the most money, and I think that's where he's going to gravitate to. I think it's where a lot of teams, like if somehow, some way he slipped to 4, the Patriots would draft him and he would be a wide receiver. All right. For the Browns, I think he's going to be a wide receiver. You know, I do think he's going to play some on the other side of the ball, whichever side it is, but I don't think it's going to be nearly like college. It's not going to be literally twice the snaps. He's going to play some packages on both sides of the ball, or whatever side is not his main focus. But yeah, he's going to get some time on both sides. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. Why are they doing it so quick? I think that makes Deion look kind of bad. Because even if, and maybe Deion is thinking, and this is a part we have not talked about, and Colorado fans really hate to hear this. They get mad. But maybe Deion's trying to get this done before he leaves. Because I will continue to say there's 2 opportunities that he's eventually going to take a hard look at. And it's going to be the Dallas Cowboys, and he already took a hard look this offseason. And if I was Jerry, I'd hired him and not Brian Schottenheimer. And part of me wonders if Schottenheimer is not an in-between here for 1 year. And the other one is Florida State. I just think that he's going to step up in pro. If he has another 9-4 season, 10-3, something, if he makes the college football playoff, man, the money is really going to get big for Deion. Tell me what you think. Should they both go in at the same time? Should either one of them go in this soon? Should it just be Travis right now? I would argue that if you were going to do just one of the two, it would be Travis that needs to be put in. You got to get Cordell in there and other guys that deserve it. In fact, Deion should have made that a priority when he got there. Hey, let's get some of these heroes of the past recognized, and then he wouldn't have near the blowback that he's getting right now. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.